Hello,
Hello,
everyone.
everybody. Hello.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Good to be with you as always. We actually need you to do it, to help us a little bit, if you will, in this story. There are some words because there's a chase going on. And the first, when you hear the word tramp, we can actually go as though we're marching. Tramp, tramp, tramp. Okay. Then things get a little bit quicker and we gallop. So when you hear that word gallop, we can imagine that we are galloping on a horse, maybe. Gallop, gallop, gallop. And then a little bit later on in the story, swords clash. And if you can imagine the sound of swords clashing, clash, clash, clash. So if you can help us there, that would be wonderful. When we read the Bible, we find out that most of the leaders of God's people were men. But today's story is about a woman, and her name was Deborah. She had a very important job to do, and she knew she could only do it with God's help. Let's hear why. Let's open the book to the Bible story called Deborah the Judge.
Deborah sat quietly under the palm tree thinking. She was a judge, and God's people came to her when they had problems. It was Deborah's job to decide what should be done. Many people came to her complaining.
Oh, Deborah, what can we do? Our enemies keep attacking us.
They steal our sheep and our goats.
Their leader, Sisera, is a very cruel man.
He smashes our tents unless we pay him all the money that we have.
Deborah was a wise woman, so she prayed to God and asked him what she should do about the cruel Sisera. The next day, Deborah sent for Barak, leader of the Israelite army.
Barak, go and collect all the men who can fight and take them to Mount Tabor. God has told me that he will bring Sisera and his army to the mountain. There will be a great battle and you shall win.
But Barak said,
No, I can't win. Sisera's army is very strong. They've got 900 iron chariots pulled by very fast horses. They've got thousands of strong soldiers. They've got swords and shields and armor. And what have we got? Only farmers and shepherds with a few swords and knives between us.
but Deborah was quite firm.
We must do as God has said.
I can't do this by myself. You must come with me.
Very well, I will go with you. But because you have doubted God, everyone will know that a woman won the battle.
Barak and Deborah gathered together all the fighting men of Israel and led them to the top of the mountain. At the bottom of the mountain was the Kishon River. It hadn't rained for weeks, and the riverbed was bone dry. Ahead, in the distance, they could see clouds of dust stirred up by Sisera's army. The iron chariots were racing towards them at great speed. They could feel the ground trembling Rumble, rumble, rumble. It sounded like an earthquake.
They're coming. They're coming.
As Deborah looked, she could see clouds too, but these were clouds in the sky. They were rain clouds. They were very big rain clouds. They were heading straight towards the mountain.
They're coming. They're coming. Now go, Barak. And today God has brought Sisera's here to be defeated.
Barak started to lead his men down the mountains. Tramp,
Tramp, tramp,
Tramp,
tramp,
Tramp,
tramp.
tramp.
they marched down the mountain.
Gallop,
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 gallop.
gallop. The chariots raced towards them. Tramp,
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 tramp, tramp.
tramp.
The men marched down.
Gallop,
Gallop, gallop, gallop.
Gallop. The chariots rushed towards them. Tramp,
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 tramp.
tramp.
Gallop,
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 gallop. Barak and his men were almost at the bottom of the mountain. The iron chariots were now almost at the riverbed. Barak thought he would be killed with all his men. And then it began to rain. Not a little drizzle, not a gentle pitter-patter, not even a heavy shower. It poured and it heaved and it gushed. It fell out of the sky in great bucketfuls. Within minutes, the dry riverbed became a rushing torrent.
Wait, wait.
Barak held his men back. Sisera's chariots charged into the river. Splish, splat, squelch. Within minutes, they were stuck in the mud and they couldn't move.
Attack, attack.
Barak ordered his men to attack Sisera's army. Hand to hand they fought. Clash, clash, clash
Dash.
went their swords. Just as God had promised, Barak and his army won.
Hooray,
Hooray!
hooray.
They shouted as the last of their enemies ran away, leaving their chariots and weapons behind in the mud.
Hooray, hooray.
Later that day, Deborah and Barak sang a song together.
We are marching in the light of God. 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 We are marching. Oh, we are marching in the light of God. We are marching. Oh, we are marching in the light of God.
Their song told all about the battle and how God had saved them from their enemies. And afterwards, the land was peaceful for 40 years.
I can understand why Barak wasn't keen to go into battle. Can you? I would think twice about attacking such a fierce army. But Deborah knew that God had a plan, and she trusted him. Close your eyes and imagine how surprised Barak was when it started to rain and the dry riverbed turned to sticky mud. Can you think of a time when things turned out better for you than you had thought? Now, I'm going to say a prayer. And if you want to make it your prayer, say amen at the end after me. Dear God, thank you that Deborah asked for your help and listened to your reply. Please remind us that we can ask you for help when we don't know what to do. Amen.
Bye-bye for now.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.